Okay, let's finish up our week of adding and using fractions that have denominators of 10 or 100. Now, what we're doing on this first slide here is we're just adding them and typing in what the answer would be. So you might can do these in your head. You might have to write them out on paper if you need to. 16 tenths plus 3 tenths. Remember, we got to change the tenths into 100ths. Add a 0. 3 tenths would be 30 hundredths. 16 plus 30 is 46, and then 100 is the denominator. Okay, look at this one. I'm going to use this as an example. Do I need to change 8 hundredths to 80 thousandths? No, because we already got this both hundreds on the bottom. So I just got to add 8 plus 54. That would be 62 100. So make sure you pay attention to the denominator. I see one right here that's tenths. You don't need to change that. Okay. Is there any more like that? I don't know. I don't see any that have the same denominator, so you need to change the rest of them, it looks like. This one you won't have to. So just type in your answer. Write it out on paper if you need to. If you can do it in your head, good. But remember, it's a grade. Second slide here, all we're doing is finding the equations that are correct and putting a check beside them. So we just got to think through it. 42 hundredths plus 2 tenths. So 2 tenths would be 20 hundredths. 42 plus 20 would be 62 hundredths. So that one's right. 5 tenths plus 64 hundredths. 5 tenths would be 50 hundredths plus 64 hundredths. 50 plus 64 would not be 69. So I don't put a check mark on that one because it's not right. 3 tenths plus 6 tenths is 9 hundredths. 3 plus 6 is 9, but I don't need to change the bottom number to 100, do I? So I don't put a check on that one. 27 hundredths plus 5 tenths equals 77 hundredths. 5 tenths would be 50 hundredths. 27 plus 50 would be 77 hundredths. So I do put a check mark on that one. I just did half that slide for you. You finish the rest. The last slides are word problems. So you probably need pencil and paper to work these out. Okay. Trent ran 76 hundredths kilometer. Brian ran 2 tenths kilometers farther than Trent. How many kilometers did Brian run? So Trent ran this far. Brian ran 2 tenths more. But I got to turn this 2 tenths into 20 tenths. 20 hundredths rather. 20 hundredths. So Brian ran 20 hundredths farther than Trent. So I'm going to take my 76 hundredths and I'm going to add my 20 hundredths, which would give me 96 hundredths. So what you're going to do is click on the box and type in the letter that's correct, okay? So 96 hundredths was C. That's why I put a C. So again, read these problems carefully and make sure you see what it's asking. This one, I didn't just say Brian ran 2 tenths kilometers farther than Trent and look for 20 hundredths down here. But find out how much farther 20 hundredths is than 76 hundredths. So think about what the problem is asking you before you try to answer it, okay? Today's slides, add them, type in the answer, find the equations that are correctly done, put a check if they are, don't do anything if they're not. Last one, solve the word problems, put the correct answer inside the circle, and you'll be done for this week. Thank you for working hard on this skill that we did not get to during fractions. Now you'll have it. You'll be ready for it if you see it on the TCAP. Good work.